10 Unusual Cat Behaviors Explained. Our feline friends are known for many things, being cute and cuddly sometimes, their long siestas, as well as their classic roles in pest control. However, most cat owners know that these animals also elegantly straddle the line between mysterious and outright weird. From drinking out of the toilet to other less gross behaviors, cats are a real-life theater show when nothing else is on. So we've taken it upon ourselves to list some of the most unusual cat behaviors and provide expert-backed explanations. Get ready to have your mind blown and learn a little bit more about your furry pal. Number 10. Drinking out of the toilet or faucets. This one is pretty well known to cat owners, and some people can get pretty annoyed with their pets over this. If a cat sees a drippy faucet, or in some cases running toilet water, he or she might see a freshwater oasis and decide to have a sip or three. The consensus among feline behavioralists is that cats prefer running water from a tap or bath or toilet bowl over the still water in a bowl. Just like humans, cats regard still water to be unhealthy. Number 9. Rubbing against you and objects. Perhaps the most common behavior here. Cats love rubbing against things and people in their environment. While people often interpret their cat's constant rubbing as a sign of affection, it goes a little beyond that. You see, cats are pretty territorial animals. To demarcate what's theirs, they must use clear signals that other cats can heed. Naturally, cats can't erect keep-out signs or physical borders. Instead, they use scent glands located in the corners of their mouths to leave their warnings. When your cat rubs up against your ankles, she's probably just reapplying her claim to you. Yes, your cat views you as her possession, not her owner. Cats are the owner, and you are their humble servant. Deal with it. 8. Bunting. Bunting, or headbutting, is closely related to number 9, but it is mostly reserved for other pets and people. When cats headbutt, this is a sign of affection and trust, because they also close their eyes and expose some vital areas. Cats are very vigilant creatures, so to lower their guard like this is a big deal. Make sure not to damage that trust because it can be difficult to get back. Of course, bunting also involves some more territorialism from our authoritarian pets, but hey, at least there's some affection in there. Number 7. Meowing. It may be a little controversial to include meowing in this list, but hear us out. Scientists have learned that meowing is actually an evolution cats developed as a direct consequence of their association with humans. Cats essentially learned the ability to meow to relate to our own vocal-based communications. Meows differ in tonality and pitch to communicate different needs and the urgency of those requests. Adult cats don't meow to each other or other animals. Kittens have a meow-like chirp they use to communicate with their moms, but they quickly outgrow that. Perhaps adult meowing is the retention of that kitten-like chirp. After all, as the owner, you are kind of mommy. 6. Disappearing for hours. Another strange behavior, especially for cats with outdoor access, is long periods of absence. These disappearances can last for hours or even days, which can lead to worry. Traffic, vicious animals, and cruel people are just a handful of threats to a lost kitty. However, before you start peppering your neighborhood with lost posters, you must know that this behavior is perfectly normal and can be caused by many things. For starters, your cat could have gone off to reassert his territorial boundaries. Cats have little regard for human boundaries like fences. Your pet's territory may reach far beyond your property lines. Male cats tend to have larger territories than females and may spend more time away from home defending and exploring them. Your cat can also be swept up in the whirlwinds of love when mating season rolls around. Again, males can disappear for days or even weeks on end in pursuit of females. However, the girls are likely to engage in this behavior much sooner because female cats reach sexual maturity at 6 months old. Cats can also disappear for hours if they find a cool new sleeping spot. Lofty tree branches, shady bushes, and padded closets all qualify for a lengthy snooze. Number 5. Kneading. Sometimes cats dig their claws in and out of a surface in a manner that resembles a baker kneading a batch of dough. Cats often do this on soft surfaces like couches, blankets, or your lap. This behavior is believed to be a display of contentment and relaxation. Cats often pair this kneading up with purring to further emphasize this claim. At the same time, cats also have scent glands in their feet that release pheromones during kneading. 4. The wiggle. Anyone who has seen a cat stalking prey or a sock has certainly noticed a peculiar little movement before the big strike. As a cat prepares to pounce, It may shimmy its rear end and legs slightly, with the head and front paws remaining relatively stable. This move is more commonly referred to as the wiggle. The wiggle has a fairly simple explanation. It is a last-second fine-tuning before attacking. Cats are very dependent on the element of surprise because most of their prey items can scurry or fly away very quickly. Precision is the name of the game, so a cat cannot afford to miscalculate its pounce. Number 3. Rolling on its back. Does your cat just stop, drop, and roll with no fire nearby? If yes, I'm sure you've often wondered why. Does she have an itchy back? Is he just trying to pick up dirt and dust and leave it on your freshly vacuumed carpet? Well, no. The real answer is pretty straightforward and pretty sweet. Cats roll over like this as a display of trust towards you. You should feel lucky when your cat does this because it shows she feels safe with you. Cats are very protective of their general belly area, so to display it like this is a clear signal of their confidence in your relationship. Sometimes this behavior is some good old-fashioned attention-seeking. If you've been busy with other things around the house for a long time, your cat may resort to rolling to catch your eye. Like with most other behaviors here, this is also an opportunity for your cat to get its scent on its property. 2. Burying waste. Cats have a well-earned reputation as neat freaks thanks to their constant self-licking and their tendency to bury excrement. Indoor cat owners are well aware of the litter box and how feverish cats get when covering up urine or poop. If you have a garden, your cat doubtlessly does its business in there as well and carefully buries the evidence. We're all glad for this quirky behavior because kitty waste is seldom friendly to the nostrils. Just make sure you keep things like flour and sugar out of reach because those materials may also be used. Of course, sometimes cats don't bury their waste at all, which is often a display of territorial dominance to other cats or even humans in the home. The cat will also leave exposed waste if he or she is pissed at you for some reason. Number 1. Hiding in tight spaces. Cats are also known to love exploration and seeking out different nooks and crannies within their environment. If you tend to leave closets, cupboards, or even drawers and shoe boxes open, you might find a furry tenant moving in. Resting in tight spaces is just one of those things cats do from time to time. Many experts claim this behavior is inherited from wild cats, who often have to worry about predation from birds of prey, for instance. Cats hate being snuck up on, almost as much as they love sneaking up on other animals. A confined space provides a sense of safety and insulation from predators. If your cat often tucks away in hidden spots, especially while displaying fear, there might be something that makes him feel unsafe. In other cases, perhaps your closet is warm or filled with your scent. Bonus: walking across your keyboard. Cats are notoriously selfish creatures. Even when they give out attention, there's usually a catch related to their self-interests. Heck, in some cases, a cat's pursuit of its needs can even disrupt your own. Walking across your keyboard is one behavior that has become something of a pop culture reference. From movies and songs to memes, cat-related typos are here to stay. But why do cats do this? The common consensus seems to point at attention-seeking as the primary reason. Perhaps your cat sees you spending countless hours on your laptop and gets jealous. After all, what does your computer have that it doesn't have? The cat then decides to communicate this in the only way it knows how, walking across your field of vision and your keyboard. Many cat owners have proven this to be attention-seeking behavior by simply getting off the computer and watching their cats immediately lose interest in it. Weird.